Wow!
Good morning and welcome back. My name is Kyla P. Barnes. I am your financial chef and coach with Ingles Art and Finance. I'm taking some time this morning to prepare my coffee, so I reckon you'll be helping me prepare it too. And how very appropriate that we're in the kitchen. Okay, so thank you for tuning in to watch this version of what I have to say related to trading and all things finance. My message that I want you to know today is that let me actually sit down because I'm slightly old. I may look young, but I'm a little on the older side. Make sure it's not too much sun. It's sun everywhere. Okay, so this just shows there's no right moment to do anything, right? But if you have something to say, you have to say it. So here we go. Every morning you need a routine when it comes to trading, when it comes to investing, scalping, or even setting yourself up for what you want to do that day. You are going to need to have a routine. And that routine is going to be something you have to practice methodically every day. What do I mean by that? So the Olympics are currently ending right now. I got up this morning, I read all of the top headlines. Here's a picture of it. So these are all the top headlines from CNBC. That's just one of the sources. I then will pick to see which one is interesting. The Olympics ending is one of the headlines lower on this page. What does this mean and why is it a concern? Because when it comes to investing, you have to go find trends. You have to ask yourself, what is it that people want that they're going to pay for? How much are they going to pay for it? And is that going to show up in the balance sheet? I don't want to get too lost here into the accounting or the financial metrics of determining if a company has good fundamentals. But I do want you to know that if a company is not making money over a longer period of time, then that company may not continue to trade. That makes sense, right? We can all understand that trend. But what about if a company is showing up in a news story, they have a product that's very highly in demand, and that in itself could power the very next quarter. It could even attract new consumers. So back to my story about the Olympics. The Olympics is ending, and I don't know if you've seen people wearing these Olympic jackets, but tell me what you think about this. This is what they look like. Yeah, okay. So we got a puffer set, we got a wool coat, we got some other Ralph Lauren items, right? Pretty interesting. I wouldn't say it's the most attractive winter coat that I've ever seen, but look at the prices of this thing. I'm measuring coffee currently, that's the knocking. So I know that I may not go out and pay retail for that coat, but that coat, these sweaters, these hoodies, these things that are being worn by people who are aficionados or just lovers of the atmosphere are actually purchasing these items. And that's enough of a reason to possibly invest in the trade. So how can you make money off of this? Well, I would tell you to go back to some of the things I covered just in this video, which is that you have to go find trends. You have to ask yourself, what is out there that people are purchasing, that they're purchasing multiple times over, and is that purchase enough to show up on the balance sheet? Even if you don't ask yourself the last question, ask yourself what you see. When we go back and look over the last 10 to 15 years, we have seen that Apple products have separated themselves from being just an average telephone to being an experience. So Apple would have been a product just by looking around that people desired. I don't see many people standing around in a T-Mobile store by the droves just playing around with the phones, because the phones are not exclusive to T-Mobile. They're a retailer for other phones that are maybe made by Motorola or Google or Verizon and Apple. But Apple exclusively sells only their phones, as well as other items that they deem worthy to be sold as a retail item. This means that if you see something that is showing high levels of exclusivity and it has a healthy price tag and it's in demand, that is definitely the time to consider if that is going to be a trade that can make you money. And when you go back and you look at how Apple has performed over the last 10, 15 years, you'd find out that the answer is yes. So my coffee is almost ready. I would play some music, but to be honest, I just woke up a little bit ago, so nothing's ready except this good old Cafe Bustelo. Let me know if this makes sense. Let me know also if you have any questions, but the market's going to open in a little shy of about 28 minutes. So I'm going to get my brew set going on, and then I will go to the trading floor and see if I can produce about $600 to $1,000 today.
I've tried to share with people a lot about the history of black people. And when I got myself very aware of the history of black people, I found roots.
Let's go.